Journey are one of my favourite bands of all time. Formed in 1973 in San Francisco, they have been around ever since in one form or another, with the mainstay being lead guitarist Neal Schon, who the band was built around from the outset. Beautifully melodic, they are one of the biggest rock bands of all time, selling over 100 million albums worldwide. Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2017, these guys are arena rock legends. This week, during a remote performance for UNICEF, they announced new members to the group, following legal disputes which saw original member and bassist Ross Valory and drummer Steve Smith leave the band. But Neal and the team have made great moves in securing Randy Jackson and Grammy Award winner Narada Michael Walden to replace them. So to celebrate this freshened up look, I thought I'd go back and finally list out my top 5 Journey albums of all time. Okay, let's go. Let's take a look. Released in 1980, Departure is Journey's 6th album, and the 3rd one to include the legendary Steve Perry. Just like the previous 2 albums with Perry, this album comes in at a standard 37 minutes, which is just right for me. It's the last album to feature original lead singer and keyboardist Gregg Rolie, who for the 3rd time here shares lead vocals with Perry. The opening track, Any Way You Want It, is bombastic. Yeah, it's 1980, but the track Walks Like a Lady feels very 70s sonically here. That's not a criticism, I enjoy it. Deeper album tracks like the bluesy and harmonica-laden Precious Time, the sit at home and mope over your ex track I'm Crying, and the song that should be on every 80s opening credits to a movie ever, with someone driving down Route 66 with their arm out the window, Where Were You, all lend eclectic flavour to this record. 2020 isn't the first time Valory and Smith were jettisoned from the band, with Randy Jackson coming in on bass. This is just history repeating itself, as it happened before in 1986 with the album Raised on Radio. Steve Perry had been with the band nearly a decade, and he wanted to move the group in a funkier direction for this particular one. And man, he got it. Perry is an R&B singer in a rock band, so it's not surprising he wanted to play in this particular sandbox. The newer sound was showcased brilliantly with the opening track Girl Can't Help It. Journey kept paces though with their rock sound too, with the album's lead single and top 10 hit, the fist pumping Be Good to Yourself. Sometimes you can disagree with a band when they release a single from a record because, you know better and you know there's cooler on the album. For Raised on Radio though, they got the singles just right. I adore I'll Be Alright Without You, a single released in May 1986. After this album, Steve left the group and he wouldn't return for nearly a decade. Coming in at number 3 on my favourites is 1978's Infinity, Journey's 4th studio album and the first to include Steve Perry. They brought Steve on board at the time to move in a more arena rock sound, leave behind, let's say, the progressive rock vibe they had been touting beforehand. Steve was an instant success out of the gate, as demonstrated with the opening track, Lights.
When the lights go down in the city.
For the first time here, Gregg Rolie shares the lead vocals, and I think with Steve on board, they perfectly complemented each other, which is demonstrated effortlessly on Anytime. Deeper album track Patiently is the first song Schon and Perry actually wrote together. while Wheel in the Sky opens with a guitar from heaven.
A singer in a smoky room, the smell of wine and cheap perfume.
Just missing out in my top spot is the classic album which topped the US Billboard chart, Escape. Holy shit, is this one hell of a record, with the LP containing some of the best rock and ballad tracks ever put to vinyl. There's nobody in the world who doesn't know Steve Perry's iconic voice on the rock staple, Don't Stop Believin'.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Steve.
Title track Escape is glorious. Mother Father is haunting. But my favourite on the LP is the number 2 hit from February of 1982, the simply beautiful Open Arms, which was written by Steve Perry and Greg Rowley's replacement in the band, the incredibly talented keyboardist Jonathan Cain, who has been with the group ever since. Steve Perry was born to sing this song.
So now I come to you with open arms, nothing to hide. Believe what I say. So here I am.
One of the first videos I done on this channel was a review of this particular album, 1983's spectacular Frontiers. This is where the band cemented themselves in rock history, and it's my number 1 pick. Indeed, the first song they performed at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2017 was the album's best track and my favourite song, the rock opus, Separate Ways.
Someday love will find you. Break those chains that bind you. One night will remind you. Oh, we touched our way, our separate ways. If he ever hurts you.
Perry, Kane and Sean are on fire here, both sonically and in the writer's room. Album deep tracks like Rubicon, Backtalk and Edge of the Blade showcase it. But oh my god, Faithfully is stunning. Yep, Journey is a band littered with drama. Sure, they won a Grammy for the song When You Love a Woman from Perry's return album in 1996, Trial by Fire. But that didn't last long when Perry left for good in 1998. And they've released even more albums since, my favourite of those being their last in 2011, Eclipse, with the new frontman Arnel Perneda. But even with all the drama and lineup changes, they have been sprinkled with something magic. And I, for one, am looking forward to the next chapter.